Hey everybody, this is Al from El Rey Collection. Welcome to my channel here. We're going to look at some epic cardboard here today. And I just unboxed my PWCC Vault account. I had a number of cards sent to me that had kind of built up over there. You know, I love the security of the vault, but I just want to hold some of my cards, especially if they're going in the PC. I'll leave some stuff there that maybe later I'll sell, but I wanted to just kind of go through some of the cards that I got. It also shows you what I've been buying, the last few months, and you get a brief look into some of the stuff that I've been acquiring over the last couple months. So the very first one that you'll see over here is, I think Neymar is one of the most underrated Brazilian guys. I know a lot of people don't like his flash, his flair. He parties too much, whatever, but he's just about to become Brazil's all-time leading goal scorer. He had obviously lots of success, won an Olympic gold medal, many different trophies with Barcelona. He got to the final with PSG. So I think he's kind of out of sight, out of mind for most people, and I think there's some significant value in Neymar. I don't understand the lack of love that he gets. Another kind of neat one, everybody knows here that I'm super into Maradona. So, obviously this little Chocolate Torres card is one that I really, really like. It isn't that common, and it's late 70s. So I'd be picking up lots of these late 70s, early 80s type Maradona cards. They're not really rookies. They're not also completely inexpensive, but I think that they're close enough, to his rookie. Look at what the 79 Panini does, and that's not a rare sticker at all. So these nicer, rarer ones from Argentina are ones that I really like. You can see a lot of them have completely destroyed backs. This particular one, which is why it called to my attention. I just thought it was a clean looking back and light. You may remember a couple months ago, it was in November, Bill and I did a video, and we were going over the PWCC results, and we categorically were shocked and surprised, and recommend everyone to buy Messi rookie cards on the dip. I don't just say stuff just to say it. I do it when I'm saying stuff. That's stuff that I'm actually doing. And so here's a 71 bis. It's not the greatest card you'll ever see, but picking up a nice BGS 8, which I think was about $4,000, which I understand is a lot of money. But, I think in the scheme of things, that'll be seen as a relatively good purchase. Then, obviously, besides, whereas, Bill has a preference for the Mundi Chromo, I really like the stickers. I think that they're really hard to find in good shape. The centering's usually terrible. And, I think it's underappreciated. It's just as rare or rarer than the 71 bis, especially in high grade. So, I'm picking these guys up, and I generally think that you guys should too. So here's an Mbappe rookies. Actually got quite a few of these as the prices were dropping, and so I was happy to pick them up. Here's a BGS 9. I picked up some PSA, I think a lot of 5 PSA 8s or something. Again, not the highest grade, not the ultra premium, but just generally, I'll probably keep a couple, sell a couple on the rebound, maybe. Let's see how that thing goes. But one that is absolutely crazily undervalued, in my opinion, and you've probably heard, Bill and I mention this, whether through the Discord or elsewhere, is the Iniesta rookies. So this happened to be an 8. There's just not that many graded out there. It's BGS again, which is getting hammered relative. But this particular sticker is super hard to find, well centered. Almost all of them I see are like 90-10, 80-20 left to right. So it's just, go for the eye appeal. It's something that I like. Again, huge Barca fan. Those of you who saw my Cruyff, videos, here's a 4, a BVG 4. Again, almost all of these are low grade. They're nearly all extracted from albums. The good news is that they're extracted from albums, and these Dutch albums only had the glue here at the top, so you'll usually only find a little damage at the top. Don't let that bother you. I know that's real hard for a lot of Americans. Oh, I don't want paper loss. Just buy these. It's watch my video on Cruyff cards, This is from 68 to 70, so clearly one of the earliest cards you get. His Dutch issue rookie, if you want to look at that, if you ignore some of the other early collectibles. And this is just really, an epic card from my perspective. So, I'd be buying these. Why not? Another one actually that I just mentioned on a video yesterday. This video is at the end of January with Bill. Was think that the R9 cards are very reasonably priced right now. I think PSA 8 or BGS 8 went for like 1,000, 1,100, and given on a relative basis his importance as a player to other players, I find that to be a steal. Really, I think this is a particularly attractive sticker. It's his first Panini sticker. You also have the Super Calcio one, and so I find that to be a real value in the market. In fact, I wish I would have gotten the 1995 Mundi Chromo one that went the other day. Again, back to the Messi theme. I don't need to go through like all of these, but here's another 8.5, that we picked up. I also, try to get, I collect, a little bit of everything, right? So, we had mentioned the other day, the 1930s, British sets are actually, quite, economical. And this is just a point in hand. This is a Gem Mint PSA 10, right? So from the 1930s. So you're talking 90 years old. And I love the Sinclair series with the big head, the Scottish football. There's two different John Sinclair ones, but to get a PSA 10 for, I don't know what this was, 30, 40 bucks was just, I just wanted to get it. So an epic card, truly, in every sense of the word, and sticker is the Eusebio rookie. This is the 1961 Estrellas dos Estadios. And these are really tough, and I'm just surprised that they don't get more focus. Maybe it's because they don't trade that much. There's just not that many. The pops are really low. Like all of these Portuguese stickers from the 1960s, they're thin, they're fragile, and I also find them really, really beautiful. I wish they didn't move around in the holders, but a lot of cards doing the PSA. So you guys may find this one a little funny because I don't really do many prospects, but got this Rodrigo. It's basically the cost of grading. It's like 20 bucks in one of the PWCC auctions. So I just picked it up. It's more of a flyer than anything. Kind of like the kid. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan. I am a huge fan of George Best and just his who the guy was, the player, his panache, his attitude. And these are really fun because it also just feels like so 1970. So look at, I got not a high dollar value card, but it's cool. I like it. Most of you guys know that I do a little bit of boxing, right? So here's a battling Siki. He's got a interesting story about how he ultimately became champion for a brief time and then had a tragic end to his life, as do many, many boxers. But this was just one I picked up in one of the auctions. So it's clearly one of the more epic cards in the shipment. Has got to be the 1950-51 Toleteros Josh Gibson. I know not all of you follow baseball, but they just renamed the most valuable player for professional baseball, Major League Baseball, to the Josh Gibson Award. He, as many people believe, he was the best Negro leaguer ever, had more home runs than Babe Ruth while playing a really demanding position in catcher. This does have a little bit of controversy to it because it's made in 1950-51, which is years after his death and issued in Puerto Rico. But he was like a hero in Puerto Rico where he played in the winter leagues. And the photograph used on this card is actually from his playing days, pre-death, but it's actually issued after he passed. So it's issued in Puerto Rico. He has no U.S. cards. I say most people by far consider this his rookie, if you can have a rookie after you've passed. But it's just an epic card of a photo where he dominated the Puerto Rican leagues. The photo on it is while he was playing there, and it's incredibly scarce. So this is just a mega card. It's got a blank back. Back to soccer. So you got a Masola card here. So he was on the 58 team. He later played in Europe, and you'll see it soon. Another card from this, but you can just see what happens on these old Brazilian albums. They get kind of trashed when they come out of the album. And it's just, this particular one is ranked authentic and altered, but it's just really extracted from the album and destroyed on its way out, which unfortunately happens so frequently. This one may surprise you, but I always say buy what you like, and for whatever reason, I've really liked these national landmarks from the 2018 Prism. I like them, and I like the acrylic versions, and I like it. It was Ronaldo. It's round, so I picked it up. A card that I just love, if any of you have seen my Cruyff videos, is in 1978 MAGA, and I just love how he pops against that green background. And even at the beginning of the boom, these were selling $600, $700, $800 raw. So to pick up a 7.5, at for less than that is pretty epic. I think these cards are going to run, and you do get points for eye appeal. At least I give points for eye appeal. One that I didn't have, so for me, a lot of this collection is just getting things that I don't have. And back in the day, you could have pretty much anything, but it's just hard to keep looking, and there wasn't a lot of supply out there. And one card that had always been on my list, but I never really saw, was the Anglo-American Gum 1964, so quite early Eusebio. It doesn't particularly look like him, the drawing, but it's one of these rare ones, and I just finally got it. So I was pretty stoked to get the 5.5. I mean the 5, and it's just one of those things. Pick up stuff that you don't have if it fits into your collection. So this is actually a sticker that I did have, but having a graded copy 8 is really kind of a a pretty rare thing. There's just not that many of these. These were made in Belgium, and Belgium's a small country, so I personally find this to be an undervalued sticker. Back to what I had said before about just picking up things that are out of price equilibrium. This particular sticker had shot up to a couple $1,000, and this one maybe cost me $600-$700. So, and obviously if you believe in Mbappe, you're gonna, and you're buying those stickers at that price, and he continues to do well, wins another World Cup, wins Champions League, then you're probably going to be happy with them. If he tanks, breaks a leg, never plays again, you're probably going to be upset, which is why I don't typically do prospects. But so this guy's not a prospect. Back to the sticker theme, I think picking up this sticker in 9 or above is really, really getting more expensive, but I also think is epic just because it's so hard to get these in 9s. And if you discount the stickers and the 71 bis, my next favorite Pele is the 35. And so, and this is getting more expensive. I think there's a disconnect against some of the other mega cracks. But yeah, so I'm trying to pick these up in both versions. One thing that I definitely, one point I want to make, don't trust the pop reports on PSA on the two different versions. Campeones, the Spanish version and the Catalan version, which this is Campeones. Although my Catalan teachers would get really upset with me there on that. Don't trust it. They are the Catalan version is more scarce, but not nearly as scarce as the pop ports would make you think, because when they started grading them, they graded them all Campeones, from what I recall. Okay, so here's a couple more Mbappes. I left some at PWCC in case I wanted to sell those later on. The next card is completely unknown to most of you probably, and you guys were probably like, what? This is a baseball card from the Nacionales 1923-24 Nacionales. It's Alejandro Oms, one of my favorite players, probably the second best Cuban batter ever. Played extensively in the U.S. Negro Leagues as well and throughout Latin America. And I believe he will end up in the American Baseball Hall of Fame, which would make this a pretty epic card. Regardless, these are from cigarette cards coming out of Cuba in the 1920s. And also a pair to that is Cristobal Torriente, who was the best, no doubt, Cuban batter, outfielder, and he is already in the U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. And both of these cards are the highest graded examples that exist across the grading companies. So those were pretty exciting for my baseball and Negro League collection. And then, maybe a bit of a surprise to you guys is I picked up this Ronaldo rookie BGS 9.5. I think most of you I'm not the guy who goes out and says I need to have the highest rated of every card. I like to, I'm not just a pure investor. That's probably a good strategy if you're a pure investor. For me, I like to, have copies of the cards and go more broad than just put all my money in one or two cards. But I also look very, very carefully at the scans, the high resolution scans that are typically in these auction houses when they sell these cards. And this particular one, I couldn't see a single problem with it. And it's a quad 9.5 from BGS for whatever that's worth. But I looked at it and I thought, wow, I think that crosses to a PSA 10. And almost none of the real high-end cards that I've seen, even the PSA 10s, lately, I've really fully considered them PSA 10s. I could always find something that I didn't like about a card. And this particular one, I couldn't find a thing. So I'm not sure if I'll cross it, but it certainly made me think that this is a real good, possibility to cross to a 10. I'm sure everyone, if you're watching this video, you've probably seen the back, so you don't probably need to see the back, but it's just, it's just razor sharp. You can't see it from my iPhone here, but razor sharp corners, just great centering. I mean, just the surface looks just absolutely immaculate. I don't see any problems with this card at all. So again, I'll have to take, a loop and take a look at it. I also got some ungraded, stuff. I think most of you guys know that I really love the Maple Leaf 1959 Maple Leaf team card. I think that's my favorite team card, I think, of all of them. And then Maple Leaf also has Real Madrid, so you can see Di Stefano here. So I picked up some of those. I also like to do some packs. These particular packs were from 79.80, so that includes a Maradona card. So you could get lucky and get a Maradona in here. There's a couple of those packs. That's kind of fun. I know that almost nobody likes these cards, but I thought this one was particularly neat because the signatures, it's a Leaf, 1 of 3, I think. But the stickers, I don't really love sticker autos either, but you can barely see the stickers on this card, and you can see the full signatures, on both of the stickers. They're like perfect signatures. So, I look at that and I say, hey, there's some value there. 2 of the greats on the same card, 1 of 3, there's some value. But I do understand people who hate on Leaf, the licensing, and they want to, they don't care, and they'll never buy a Leaf card, and that's fine. I don't typically do that either, but this particular one just, caught my eye. And if you like it, buy it. Don't listen to other people telling you, what to buy, right? So you buy what you buy. Here's a nice team card that has Santos, late 60s. I just like this one. It's not a super important, not earth shattering. Here was another auto that I got that I liked. It was the Messi Obsidian. I just thought these Obsidians are cool. for as far as shiny cards go. And, I picked it up. Don't need to have 10 of them, but, if I like it, I like it. So that was there. And then, of course, the card you've all been waiting for. So here is one of my personal biggest purchases. And this is the 1957 Oliveira and Benassi Pele. The Balas Keep card. We saw the Masola earlier with the destroyed back. This actually has its back intact. Very tough to find these with the backs okay. Very risky business to try to extract things from albums. So I am super happy with this card. And welcome to the collection of Pele cards. El Rey collection, 1957. Right now, it's the only 1957 Pele card graded. There are others, not just of this particular sticker that I've seen, but some others that are 1957 or early 1958s. So, and I'll continue the search to get those as well. Just try to get as many early Peles as I can to fortify El Rey collection. So that's about it. I hope that you enjoyed some of the shipping that I got from PWCC. Let me know what your favorites are in the comments below. If you can hit that like button, and if you can subscribe so you know when I upload things. I'll be uploading some additional player videos here in the short term, and I just can't get tired looking of me on one side and Pele 57 on the other. Love it. Hope you guys love this too. Let me know any of your thoughts, any future players you want to see as well, and just take care, everybody.